Saan? Nasaan pa tayo, pre?
Nandito tayo sa Maynila kung saan matatagpuan ang Revolters Museum sa KKK.
Yan, tama po kayo. At ngayon ay meron tayong i-tackle ngayon, hindi lang ang KKK, kundi ang version ng Cryong Balintawak na may 4 na version. At ang unang version ay si
Pio Valenzuela. At ang pangalawang version naman, Santiago Alvarez.
So ang pangatlong version naman ay si Gregorio de Jesus at ang pang-4 na version naman ay si Guillermo Masangkay. So ang una natin tatalakayin ay si Pia Valenzuela. So ito po ang kanyang version.
Pio Valenzuela surrendered to the Governor General Ramon Franco after the return to Manila on September 3, 1896. A month after the said cry, we started the revolutions. He started on investigations led by Francisco Olive that the cry of Balintawak was the first starting point of the Philippine Revolution. And that happened on 26th of August 1896 on Wednesday. Although this claim of his was distorted after some times, which might have been due to his fading memory, as he rewrote memories on the revolutions, with which it claimed that the cry took place on 23 of August 1896 at Pugadlawin. First place of refund was in Balintawak. First 5 were Andres Bonifacio, Emilio Aguinaldo, Proporcio Bonifacio, and Teoria Plata, Agoldo del Rosario, and P. Valenzuela. 500 Katipuneros met on place of Antipolo Samson. In yards of Juan Ramos, 1,000 Katipunero meet in August 23, 1896. Discussions forced on whether the revolution against the Spanish government should proceed on August 29, 1896. It was Teodor Plata Bonifacio, the brother-in-law, who presented against the war. Involved were E. Crepiono, A. Paciano, T. Remigio, S. San Pedro, who thought that Sedulas after that meaning shooting the long live in the Philippines. Santiago Alvarez is a son of Marcelo Alvarez and relevant of Gloria de Jesus. He was promoted Katipunero warlord of Cavite, who also wrote an own version of Crying of Balintawak, which cancelled in the Cry of Bahay Toro. Although this version cannot be compared to the version of Valenzuela and two other eyewitnesses in Masangkay and Samson. According to Santiago Alvarez, the first cry happens on August 24, 1896. 10 o'clock in the morning, Katipuneros arrived at the barns of Melchor Aquino to join Andres Bonifacio and his men. Andres Bonifacio decided to hold the meeting inside the barn of Melchor Aquino. At 12 o'clock afternoon, the meeting was adjourned, the Katipunero shouting the long live the son of the country.
Version is Gregorio de Jesus. Gregoria de Jesus was also involved in Philippine Revolution as she was wife of who the Katipuneros called Supremo. A Bonifacio, she was the one who kept the important documents, seal, and weapon of the Katipunan, which have constantly endangered her life just to be able to keep them safe. Right after the outbreak of the revolution, she went to her parents in Caloocan, while Bonifacio continued with the war. When she informed that the Spanish authorities were gone to arrest her, she went to Manila and later on joined Bonifacio in the fight against the Spanish government. When members were arrested, they immediately returned to Caloocan. When they were about to get arrested, Andres Bonifacio and the Katipuneros left town, and that was when the first cry began on August 25, 1896. Gregoria was with her parents and learned from her friends that the Spanish were going to arrest her. 11 o'clock at night, Gregoria secretly went through La Loma to escape. She returned in Manila, where she was driven away by people. Reason was they were afraid of her. She found out that the people in the houses she visited were punished. Some were exiled, including her uncle. Pinapakita dito na kahit ang mga babae ay marunong din makipaglaban at lumalaban nung kapanahunan ng Spaniard, at pinapakita nila na kaya din nila maging matapang at lumaban. Version is Guillermo Masangkay. Guillermo Masangkay, the Katipunero General, state in his version that the first rally occurred on the barrio at Balintawak, near Manila. August 26, 1986 is the date of that Masangkay state in the document, which was also adopted by the government during the early year of the American regime. They have all accepted the site as the real location of the first cry because of the testimonies of the Katipuneros who survived, and with the help of prestigious historian. At the time, a monument was also built near at the site, which was financed by fund donated by people. The monument was inaugurated on September 3, 1911. In General Masangkay memories, he states the whole story of where and when the cry of Balintawak really transpired. The meeting was held in the house of Apolionio Samson on August 26, 1896. Attendees were Bonifacio, Emilio Jacinto, Aguedo de Rosario, Tomas Remigio, Brisilio Pantas, Teodoro Plata, Pio Valenzuela, etc., who were the leader of the Katipunan and board on director of organization. Delegates from different towns were present. 9 o'clock in the morning when the meeting happened, Bonifacio's leadership, Emilio Jacinto acting as his secretary, Teodoro Plata, B. Pantas, and P. Valenzuela opposed the plan, as they said that it would only harm them in the end of if preparations are inadequate. Plata states that starting the revolution early could go wrong without weapon and food. Masangkay states that when Andres Bonifacio felt that he would lose the argument, he left the meeting and talked to the people. Bonifacio told them that the leader were discussing about the starting the revolution early. He appealed if the fearless speech persuade the people to revolt and fight with him. They started shouting as one. Bonifacio asked the people to tear their cedulas as the sign of their promise to revolt, since it was the symbol of their enslavement. The tearing of cedulas was their declaration of severance from Spanish government. Destroy their cedulas, it also meant that they could no longer go back home. The Spanish government will persecute them if they were seen without their cedulas. Since people who had no cedulas were severely punished by the Spaniard, as Bonifacio secured the people pledge, he returned to the session hall to inform the leaders. He stated that there is no other choice now, as they have already destroyed their cedulas. Majority of the people in the meeting voted for the revolution. Masangkay remembers Bonifacio when he appeared that day. A cultured man, even though he was just a warehouseman with an earning of 25 pesos, wore coat, ties, and hats with an umbrella on his side. At the meeting on the 26th, Bonifacio removed his coat, leaving him with his collared shirt with tie. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they were celebrating the decision of the leaders to start the revolution. Guards who were lookout gave a warning that the Spaniards were coming, as they watched from any possible intruder up in the trees. Tiponeros were divided in strategic position for the attack of the civil guards. Masangkay was with the group stationed in the bank of a small creek guarding the place where Spaniard might pass. Civil guards fire which result to the huge firestorm. So ngayon natalakayan natin ang 4 na version ay, pre, tatanungin kita, ano ba naging epekto sa'yo ng Triumph Balintawak?
Ang epekto sa akin ng Triumph Balintawak, mas sumanga ako sa mga bayani natin, lalo na sila Bonifacio, at yung sa 4 na version na tinalakayan natin, and dagdagan yung pagmamahal ko sa ating bansa, and pag-thank you rin ako sa kanila, kasi hindi dahil sa kanila wala tayong kalayaan ngayon, and wala din sila, wala din natatamasang maligayang buhay ngayon, hindi sila nagtagumpay noon, siguro hanggang ngayon nasa pananakaw pa rin tayo ng ibang lahi. Kaya naman pre, ano natutunan mo?
Ang nag-epekto naman sa akin nito is yung pagpamumuhay natin na sa araw-araw. Kundi dahil sa kanila, wala tayo dito ngayon at hindi tayo nakakapag-vlog ng ganito. At marahil ay hindi natin alam kung hanggang sa kalukuyan ngayon ay sinasako pa rin tayo ng bansa nila, ng ibang bansa. Dahil kung wala tayong mga bayani or wala tayong mga pinagmamalaking mga nagkatanggol ng Pilipinas, ay baka tuwag pa rin tayo or napapalipin pa rin tayo at mahirap pa rin tayo. So, thank you sa inyo guys at tapos na po ang aming short video presentation at thank you po sa pakikinig at see you. Goodbye.